Hi, I'm Sunny, and today's pick a card is a celebrity crush reading. It's going to be a quick one. It's pretty much like a yes or no type of reading. So I usually like to go by these pretty fast when it comes to those. So I have four piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you need more time, if you need more time, pause the video. Otherwise, skip to the timestamp in the description, and I'll see you at your pile of choice. And in case you need to be reminded of the song, the title, it's whether your celebrity crush would ask you out to dance. So yes or no format. I will start with the first one. So pile number 1, you guys have a yes. You guys have the Nine of Wands upright. So would your celebrity crush ask you out to dance? Yes. I think that maybe it might be we're in a place where it's like, so let's say you guys had, met in the party scene, for example, and you guys went out for a few drinks, or like you guys could have been separately, but you just happened to coincidentally be in the same scenario, or like the same amount groups of people. Sometimes you can meet people like that because of people. It could be like a quick encounter. I definitely feel it's fast, even though it feels like you've been patiently waiting. I think you noticed I definitely feel for this pile, you probably noticed your celebrity crush first before they did. I mean, they're not specifically aiming at you, but you just happen to be someone they end up making eye contact, for example. So for this pile, I think you've been kind of waiting and you've been sticking it out. I definitely feel this pile would be the pile who ends up, for example, like being at the club, but you're the last one to wanting to leave just to make like contact with your celebrity crush. It's like, I will stay until the very end, until I have to, as long as I know they're just gonna be here. Like it feels like that, where it's like you want to make that handshake, you want to have like, oh my god, I love you kind of moment. Fangirling basically. So it feels like that. So if they do spot you, it might take them a few times, kind of a good while, because they're kind of enjoying themselves. They're talking to their friends, they're meeting people, they're having drinks, they're out dancing, and then finally I guess you kind of pique their interest because you're maybe standing there. Like, how can I say it? I think of them, not that this is gonna be the scenario, but like it just gives me that movie with Molly. I think, is it Molly? No, is it Molly Ring? No, wrong Molly. Molly something. I think that's her name, but it's the Superstar movie where she's very odd. And she has like this crush on this popular guy, right? But like there's this other guy who kind of like stares at her intensely. She's like, what? And then eventually like she goes for him and stuff, but like they're just so weird. Like they're very weird encounters. It can be like that, where like you guys kind of pick up on that, the oddness, the peculiarity, but you can know that the person's interested. So it feels like you're the one that's like that more than the person, but they kind of go for it, like, oh, okay, what the hell, let's go, let's meet, let's talk. And then that's when they go for you, and then they're like, okay, well, do you want to dance? And they're like, yeah. So it feels like that. It's very like intensely staring, but they eventually allow you to kind of just have your moment, like fangirl. So I do think they would give you a chance, but it might, even though it's a wand energy, it feels like you're the one patiently waiting, like for your turn, for your moment, for them to come talk to you, or finally they talk to you and you're like, let's go dance. Like it feels like that, and you're like, yes, let's go. So it feels like you're more like in the rush of going to meet them kind of thing, but you're still waiting because it's kind of hard to meet them. Or it could be a scenario where like they're surrounded by so many people that you can't even find your opening to be like, hey, do you want a drink? Do you want to dance? What are you up to? Like it feels like that, where it's like barriers between you both, probably people, distance, like in that sense, that makes you have to kind of wait for your turn. So pile number 2, you guys have 4 of Wands reversed. Huh, interesting. Okay. So with this one, this is a no. And the reason why it would be a no, like your celebrity wouldn't go ask you. It feels like either you are more of a homebody, or this particular celebrity crush you're thinking about is more of a homebody, and they're just not someone that's going to be out and about doing, bars and clubs and stuff like that. It's not their thing. They're not a party person. So it could be that way. It's not always like a plain like, well, I don't like you because you're ugly or like kind of thing. Sometimes it's just their personality doesn't click with them. So they're like, that's not the type of scenario you would find me in. Let's be honest here. So it could be also you. It's like a two-way thing where it's like both of you could be like that. But it just feels like maybe you live in different areas. Like I think maybe you guys both live in very different like continents, countries, cities, very different places, exotic places, but very different from each other. So maybe you have like a crush on an international star, for example, or someone that may have started nationally but end up being an international kind of star. So it feels like that, where it's like you guys might have issues like that, or maybe this person's already like taken and being like a bit of a homebody because they're married or they like have a family and they're like, yeah, that's not my scene anymore. Like I'm already settled down. So that's why it's a no for this one. Like don't take that personally. It's just, let's be reasonable. It's not always going to be positive yeses and positive no's. Sometimes it can be negative yeses and negative no's. So more or less, that's what that type of scenario is going to be. But if you ever do, by the way, it would have to be out of their element. They would not be that comfortable if they do decide to go out and have a good time. So do keep that in mind, pile number 2. Next, I have pile number 3. You guys have the Queen of Wands upright. So this is a yes, your celebrity crush would ask you out on a dance if you guys end up meeting or being in a same type of dancey type scenario, like the nightclubs and stuff like that, or a party. You know, weddings and stuff like that. It can also be like that. Sorry, I had to take a water break. So, pile number 3, with the Queen of Wands upright, I find it interesting. There's a certain element that's very, I don't know if I should say it right now. Maybe. I'll think about it. There's a certain element you share with the other 2 piles, and I think that it would have to be, I don't know why I feel like it's speed. If you're waiting for your chance, it's like it's now or never. You want something, go get it. Closed mouths don't get fed. You're gonna have to do the work. So you're gonna have to go for it or get your shot, or this person's gonna go for it with their shot. Like they don't waste time. If they're gonna have a good time, they're gonna have a good time. So they're gonna go drink, they're gonna have fun, they're gonna interact with people, they're gonna dance with people, and you might just be one of them. So it feels like you will get your chance, but you might be sitting down, or this person might sit down and all of a sudden it's like, it's game time, I want to have a good time. I almost hit something on my desk. So it does feel like that. It feels like there's a good opportunity to meet each other, but you might feel like, oh, this person's kind of icy, but it's just their face. They might have a bit of a resting BF face. That's just them. Don't let that appearance fool you, or you could have that. Don't let that fool you. Like, that's not going to stop them from coming up to you and be like, you want to go out to dance, the dance floor? So it can be like that. I feel like you might be a little bit more stiff when it comes to dancing. Not because you're necessarily a bad dancer, but it's out of your element, I feel. Or maybe it's just you're having a fangirling moment where you're like, is this happening? And you're just kind of going and they're kind of leading and they're like, well, are you going to do anything else? It just feels like they expected you to be more in control of your physical reactions in your body. Like, hey, let's dance your favorite song. Or it's like something like that where it's like it's moving, but you're like in La La Land. So you're like trying to grasp the situation, but it makes you nervous. But it does feel like it looks positive. It doesn't feel like it's super negative, but it's going to be a little bit more stiff when it comes to their interaction of dancing, solely because it's like a starstruck moment. Because you don't expect that. It's like once in a million kind of scenarios. But yeah, I do feel that it might be like in an outside place, maybe. Like maybe it's a party that's outside, or like a rooftop, for example, or a wedding place, or the garden. But it feels like they would ask you out to dance like that. Maybe it's like the music that's a little bit more harsher. Like it could be some heavy music, like heavy metal, or it cannot. If it's not that, it's like, because I don't think there's much to dance there. It's like mosh pitting and stuff, but maybe it just feels like you're like in a electronic fest or something, and you're like, yeah, vibing, let's go, like, but you're like so stiff after a while. You're like, oh my god, it's them. Oh, I can't believe I just met them here, out of the blue, right? So it could be one of those scenarios where you're like, you didn't expect it, you were having a good time, and suddenly you're like, I'm stiff. Like, I can't naturally dance as good as I usually do. So keep that in mind. Pile number 3, pile number 4, you guys have the Two of Wands. This is a yes. Okay, I just have to point it out. Why is there so many? There's not a single card here that is not wand energy. So what is it about the fire signs? Are they the celebrity crushes fire signs? Are you guys fire signs? What's this fire energy? Are you guys so passionate? This is a yes. It's a passionate yes. It feels like you are like dancing, just two of you. So it feels like you guys can mesh well. I think you guys are exploring like different territories, different music genres or something. It's like a different scenario you're used to. Like it's like if you don't go out to weddings, for example, often you guys meet up at a wedding for common friends and you're like, oh my god, let's go out to dance and stuff. It can be like that. And you guys just mesh well. Like you guys read each other's body language well. I kind of think of like that Body Talk song with Kesha and the Struts. And they're just like basically talking about how they can just read the signs. They read your temperament and they read intuitively they read your body signs that it's like, yes, I'm interested, yes, let's dance, yes, let's get together. It feels like that. You're like reading each other perfectly because you know what those cues are. So it feels like you guys are eyeing each other, you're touching each other like hands and stuff, not like, you know, leisurely, but like, you know, a regular dance. So it feels like you guys are just vibing. So it feels like you guys know each other, like, in a sense, where like, I feel you, I got you. It feels like that. So it's like, it's a positive yes, but there's like a lot of interest. So maybe every single pile is interested in their person, or vice versa, them and you and them, because of how your appearance is. You're like their body type, their ideal, they're just like thinking of the physical body a lot. They think about the overall. There's a charmingness. Every pile there's a charmingness to your celebrity crushes and you yourselves too. There's a charmingness to the fire signs. Where it's like, I don't want to say it's like dumb, but it's funny. Like it's they just know their way. They just know how to take initiative. They know their ways to things. They're very confident, and it feels like that with every pile, that a lot of these people, including you guys, are very confident in getting what you want and your reactions and taking control of situations. So I feel like even if there were no's here in these piles, they were confident. It didn't stop you from being confident. It didn't take a blow to your ego. It doesn't feel like your egos are hurt because you guys are very in control of yourselves, because you guys hardly ever get rejected, for example, or get no's, or just people don't easily get to that confident part because you guys are very like self-sufficient, very self-secure. There's a lot of security in that. So even with these piles, and this one is not a no, but it's still a yes, but there's a certain confidence and security of like, they're obviously going to dance. There's just no way around it. Like, it's just, I was very charming. They were very charming, and that's why you said yes, and that's why they said yes. So it's interesting. It's like this Two of Wands is like, it takes two to tango. So I do feel like it could be, you could have spotted them from a distance and they spotted you, and you're like, oh, you don't have a dance partner? I don't have a dance partner. Let's go hit the floor. I just think of that song because I just want to party with you all night. I don't know the name of the song, but I just hear it like those short videos that they kind of upload and stuff, and they're just vibing. It feels like that, where it's like, yeah, let's have a good time, let's party. So it feels like that. You guys are very vivacious, life of the parties, having a good time. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was kind of a quick reading. So please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm and growing my channel. I hope you guys enjoy this and watch another video if you'd like. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. So bye everybody, have a great day.